everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come give me some water in just a second, but I'm good.
You want water?
I got one in the refrigerator. I got a big water in the refrigerator.
Okay, I got it for you, friend.
Thank you. Hey y'all. Look, y'all, I'm gonna be doing a video for my hoodie. I'm gonna stand up right here so y'all can see it. I'm gonna do me a video. My cookies hoodie TikTok. So y'all can go get y'all cookies. The big one, yeah. Thank you, friend. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Y'all know how I have to be fashionista. Good morning. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. How do you do? Did you sleep good last night? Was your body snug up tight? Did you rest like you should? Does your body feel good? Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. How do you do? Did you sleep good last night? Was your body snug up tight? Did you rest like you should? Does your body feel good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Come on in here. We gonna have story time. I'm finna tell y'all some stories today. Uh-huh. 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 Come on in the room. I got some good stories. Some of them, get your tissue. Yep, I'm going to tell you a story when don't nobody. The worst person you can mess with is somebody that ain't got nothing to lose. Get in here. Because we finna talk about it. And if you can't handle it, then don't come in the room. Uh-huh. Come on in. Let's get going. Y'all put a 1 if y'all want me to go ahead and get started. Y'all just let me know if y'all want me to go ahead and get started. Y'all ready? The cookies hoodie is going to be on the TikTok shop. I'm going to be making a new video with me in this, but you can go to my showcase and you can find this. It goes up to a 5X. All right. Heavy duty, nice sweat top, right? You can get it in multiple colors. You can get it in pink. You can get it in red. You can get it in green. You can get it in white. Okay. Yeah, you on the live, Sheila. I'm just coming on. Come on, Miss Ozzy. Okay, let's get started. First of all, let's just do a quick spin. And let's just realize how people can hide your secrets. And then I'm going to take you into stuff, you know, what we're going to talk about. Because I found out, just like y'all did, the Epstein files, Doe, which is Jane Doe, Doe number 174 is number 4547. He and his son, Eric, used Epstein's plane. Yep, hiding in plain view. So, Jane Doe, Epstein Doe. Who is Doe 174? Okay, so let's continue. We'll come back to that in a little bit, right? So I want to tell y'all a couple of stories, right? And they're true stories. And some of these, if you're white, could you put a 1 in the chat? If you white, could you put a number 1 in the chat? Lord, did I lose my placement? I don't guess I got no white people on here. I'll go to that story when I get some on here. All right, so I'm going to start with a different story. All right. Okay, I see one. I'm going to start with this one story. Then if I get some white people in here, I'm going to tell their story too. All right. So, first of all, I'm going to start off by talking about the holiday is coming upon us, which is Thanksgiving. And we know that black people should really, really celebrate Thanksgiving, right? And they should really, really celebrate Thanksgiving because we are part of why Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. And it began October 2nd, 1865. It started Thanksgiving. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed because we wanted the Civil War. The reason why football goes along with Thanksgiving is Harvard University had its first football game in 1870. During that time, they had to come up with a theme of America, you know, apple pie and football. And they said that the Mayflower, the Plymouth Rock landed on them, and we didn't land on Plymouth Rock and all that kind of stuff. Just a bunch of bogus stuff. We already know that Indians didn't call themselves Indians because Indians were called by their tribal names. So we should celebrate Thanksgiving. And I think that's one reason why we pull out everything under the sun when we get ready to have Thanksgiving. Lord, give me a minute. But I'm going to tell you a story about a girl in Mississippi. Her name is Celia. All right. And Celia lived on a plantation. And Celia worked in the kitchen. And Celia was trained in the kitchen. I don't know if y'all ever heard this story or not. I'm trying to get to my placement. Because I got a couple of stories to tell y'all about. And I want y'all to get a message that I came out of this. You don't mess with nobody when they ain't got nothing else left to lose. I just want you to understand that. You don't never mess with people when they ain't got nothing else to lose. And that goes both ways. Both stories can have the same title. You know, because when you don't have nothing else to lose, that means you don't have things that would make you think and take stuff into consideration. That means you don't have no more love. So Celia worked on these people's plantation rather. And I can't even find it. I don't even know if I brought the right book out of here. I don't think I did. I think it's in my other book. But she worked on a plantation. I think it's in the kitchen. As a matter of fact, I know it is. Mary! She worked on a plantation. I don't want to tell you the name of the plantation. And this took place in Mississippi. And her aunt taught her about herbs and taught her about spices. She got married at a young age because you got married at a young age. You got whipped at a young age. And if you was going to work in the kitchen, you was going to work in the kitchen at the tender age of 3 years old under somebody that was going to teach you how to cook in that kitchen to make your slave owners happy. Well, this was a prominent slave. Things went good. She married a man. I don't have my notes. I'm going to go off the top of my head. But I know my book is in the kitchen. I'm going to go in there and get it. So she married a man and they had 3 kids. She had 2 boys and a girl. Well, when her aunt died, who taught her about herbs and spices, she took over the kitchen and she worked it diligently. And her husband, he worked the grounds. And she would get up and cook and see about her kids before she left. But as the kids got older, they started coming to the main house to visit their mom, for her to give them a cookie or a biscuit out the back door, and they go ahead and run across the yard and play. See, I think about how my mom and them didn't get to go to college, but they wanted your kids not to come in the kitchen so early. So she tried her kids to be kids. She didn't want her baby in the kitchen as early as she was. Well, the owners had kids, and they sent the kids off to school. And their baby boy had went off to boarding school. Everything was going good on the plantation. He started coming home for holidays. And he started paying attention to her children that would come in and out the kitchen every now and then. This happened. This is a true story. It happened in Mississippi. Now, he had got a new analogy about slaves. He felt like his father let his slaves be too free. He didn't discipline them enough. He didn't work them hard enough. He saw them as animals, as cattle. And so, when he come home, he liked to stir up trouble. He liked to come in the kitchen and let them know where he say go. He liked to walk outside where her husband was working and stir up trouble. Nobody bothered this man. Well, Celia would get praise for her amazing cooking. She never got in no trouble. She did what she was supposed to do. Dinner was on time. Breakfast was on time. The kitchen was clean. The peas was cooked. Everything was done. He still wasn't happy, the son. And I'm winding this up a little faster than I want to because I don't have my notebook. Because I want to tell you what happened. This is when you say, you don't mess with nobody that don't have nothing to lose. So one day she was in the kitchen preparing dinner. And they screamed and they said, the barn is on fire. Now her kids will go in and out that barn and play. She didn't think nothing. They said, the barn near your house is on fire. She said something in her mind just snapped. She said, my children. When she ran toward the barn, she could hear her kids screaming. Somebody had locked them in the barn from the inside. And they couldn't get out. She lost her daughter and her 2 boys. All at the same time. She snapped. Even though she was grieving, other slave owners came and they didn't show her no remorse. They told the owner of the plantation, "We sorry for your loss of your cattle." Just a few days after her kids were burnt up and they put them in the ground, she had to go right back to work in that kitchen. A couple of slaves say they saw the owner's son, who was home for a holiday from college, coming out that barn. He set her kids on fire. Well, what did I tell y'all? Her grandmama, her auntie that raised her, taught her about herbs and spices. They brought some of the stuff from Africa. They live in Mississippi. And they planted. And they knew how to go get stuff. Just like how your grandmama did. We knew how to get catnip tea. Well, the owner's daughter was finna get married. And they were planning a big wedding and reception on the plantation grounds. They told her to come in there with the menu. And she better have it right. She better get over her mourning because they had a wedding to put on. The black lady, Celia, who at this time gave herself a name, Celia Washington. She used Abraham Lincoln's last name. Her husband said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you calling yourself Celia Washington?" She said, "I don't care. I'm going to give myself my own identity." So she studied her people. 17 prominent people were going to be at that wedding. The plantation owner, the plantation owner's wife, the daughter that was getting married, her husband, his side of the family, the brother, the mother-in-law, which was the grandmama, a few more dignitaries in town. Not too many. This one was just family. Couple of children running around from a few family members. So she realized what each one of them liked. Now, one of the men didn't come. The brother that helped own the plantation, he had to go out of town. So the long story short, she knew that the plantation owner, he loved savory stuff. So she fixed him a nice main dish was pork. She started off with oysters. I wrote everything down that she fixed. You know how you get a appetizer and you get a salad and then you get the main dish. That's what she did. But she was smart. She said she would not unalive one child. So when the children ate, they'd been running around after the wedding. She gave them something, a herb that make them go to sleep. You know it's a herb out there for everything. So they got drowsy. It was 3 children. 3 or 4. So the parents said, "Oh, they done had a long day. Let's go lay them down," after they ate. Kids ate in a different room. Well, she started them off with the oysters. Nothing happened. Each one had a reason. And each one had a different seasoning and herb in a dish. The head man, who loved pot roast, he has paralyzed him from the neck down. He couldn't even speak. Paralyzed his heart. They thought he had a massive heart attack. The oysters, it put all of them in a little kind of euphoric state of mind. Made them feel a little high. The next dish, I wish I had my book. I'll tell you the dish. Different ones started to feel something. The son that burned her kids up. He couldn't move, nor could he speak. He caught her eyes. And he just stared because he couldn't say, "Oh, something is going wrong." By the time she served the main dish, one of them messed with one of them's nerve system. The wife, because she never took up for him, she never seemed to care. So she did her nerve system. The long and the short of, by the time that dinner was over, 17 members of this family had went to meet Jesus. Because you don't mess with nobody when they don't have nothing to lose. Well, they didn't even know what was going on. Because the coroners was like, everybody didn't die from the same thing. So they weren't even thinking it was the food. But she wrote a note. And she said, this is for Mary. This is for Thomas. And this is for Benjamin. They knew it was her. But by the time they realized it was her, she had a perfect escape route. She had been taking food. And she had been hiding it in different locations. She didn't even go on the normal trails. She actually left on the hunting trails. The trails that the dogs would sniff out. See, one thing y'all don't understand, hush puppies is nothing but a black name in slavery. We left stuff for the puppies to eat and to knock our scent off. So it was the hush puppy. Now you get it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so she left. She left that man that she was married to. She had lost everything. She didn't have nothing else to lose. And people said she went up north. They didn't find her. People said they saw her in Canada. They used to say she was spotted. Rumor is that she went to help with the Underground Railroad and that they hid her and kept her out of the way. They kept her from people finding. The moral of the story, she had nothing to lose. You never mess with nobody when they ain't got nothing to lose. And it's a true story. And it happened in Mississippi. See, the second story I'm going to tell you about, it's going to kind of make sense to you. Because when you love money more than you love your family, and a lot of times y'all don't think the antebellum South was something else. Well, let me tell you what a white man did in Louisiana. He owned a farm. That's why I said, do I got any white people in here? Because this happened to white people. This is what white people did to white people. Like black people. I get so tired of hearing black on black crime. But you got white on white crime. You hear about black slavery. But you don't hear much about white slavery. Because they don't want you to know really how they treated people without money. Well, why are you digging these stories up? Because they're related. They're related. They make sense. They're relative. You take people's food away. You take people's assistance away. You're making them requalify for food stamps every time they get them. They got to go on the website. You're changing things. You got to quit picking with people when they don't have nothing else to lose. Well, here's a story, a true one, about a white slave plantation owner. He owned slaves and he owned a plantation in Louisiana. But his plantation wasn't doing good. Now, he had about 6 children. But his boys died. But his 3 white girls lived. And they were pretty white girls. Baby, I just need to go get my book. But you don't need to know no names. So what happens is that his farm is just not doing it well. So he decides to turn his farm. And how does he go? He can't afford no slaves. And he got some big, strong mandingos. So he decides to turn his farm into a breeding station for slaves. You breed them. Problem was, he didn't even have enough slaves to get breeded. He done bred all of them, and some of them wasn't ready to be bred yet because they was too young. He couldn't go out and buy no more slaves. So he went and told his daughters, y'all gonna have to help keep the plantation. And they was like, Daddy, we'll work, we'll do whatever. They was struggling. They didn't have a lot of money. He said, well, you gonna help, you gotta do what I tell you to do. He took her in the room, the oldest one, and he said, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to lay with a slave and have a baby. She said, no. He said, yeah, you are. And the mama was like, no, my daughters are not going to do that. And you know, back then, white people got their butts whooped like black people. Them slave owners whooped they women too. He locked in the room for 3 days with just some water. Starving her out. Don't that sound familiar? We getting starved out, ain't we? Brought that slave man in there and told her, you won't eat if you don't do what I tell you. You won't have nothing to drink and you won't leave this room. So she had to sleep with the slave. He went and hired a doctor, told the doctor what was going on. The doctor's practice wasn't doing good. He needed money. So he wrote it up some type of way. Boom, a mixed baby was born. The girl wanted to keep her kid. He told her, no, this is property. This is cattle. It put her in a little form of depression. The next daughter, she had to start. Boom. The baby girl, 14 years old, she had to start. She couldn't handle it. Her body couldn't handle it. Her body was getting sick. The mama was pleading, don't. That's my baby. She can't handle it. He said she gonna learn. She ended up with something called postpartum depression. And he made her have a baby. Then he made her have another one. And that baby killed her. Her body wasn't ready. The wife got so depressed as he kept taking, the middle child wanted her kids. She ended up with depression and suicide. And the oldest one, she bore as many to where her body couldn't do it. And one of the slaves, a black man, he risked his life because of what was happening to them. And he told what the man was doing to these girls, his own children, and how the doctor was writing stuff up. This happened in Louisiana. He got the oldest daughter and he ran. And they ran for their lives and they ended up north. They say near Canada, which could probably be anywhere from Michigan or somewhere. Who knows? She was able to keep one of her babies because she ran with it. All he wanted to do was save his farm. He turned it into a breeding house. And he turned his daughters into breeders. Because, see, as you know, there was breeding farms all in Louisiana. They would line you up. And they would let men come in. And they would teach you certain things. You know, it was mandatory that the slaves, they went to church. But these slaves didn't even know who and what. They did it just like they're going to try to do now. Grow a baby outside of the womb. Like right now, the way they're talking in politics, Project Esther, about us being breeders of babies. Project Esther, the project that won't never end. What hurt my heart is when the Democrats that are not going to run for another term agreed to this mess after 40 days. And they didn't care because they're not going to run for another term. And everything that the rump is doing, he said it's going to be permanent and it cannot be reversed. So for 40 days, people went without for you to turn around and go with this mess. And now everybody's insurance and premiums are going to go up and people are not going to have insurance. It wasn't uncommon to be breeded. It was not uncommon to have these farms or these plantations that just breeded and breeded and breeded. What's funny, Willie? Yeah, it's not uncommon. They just, you know, they did these things. And if you go back and look in time, you might say, well, Mama Tracy, why did you pick this story? I picked this story to let you know not even the white people is exempt. Your own people will use you by any means necessary. And they did. For the love of money. And to this day, white people are not exempt. Because this is not a color thing. It's a money thing. And they're trying to make history repeat itself. Just to know the fact that Esther is going to make us lose our rights. And Esther only had 2 things going for her. She had 3. The first is that she trusted God. Number 2, God gave her beautiful looks. And number 3, the king was pleased when Esther put it on him. She was like, baby, you can have all of me, but I'm not totally free. I can't tell you everything that's going on, King Ezra. But there's a few things in my past that should not be explained. Because remember, he didn't know she was a Jew. I'm telling you not, king. Stay with me for a little while. He said, hush. No questions asked. Esther, lay back and relax. I do love you. Take off your shoes. Let your predecessor have down. It's happening now, Esther. I'm giving you a piece of me. You can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you. And that was favor. That's what she gave me. Hello, Rosalind. I got some coffee candy. That was favor. Hey, Mama Joyce. It was favor. And the thing about it, why in the world do y'all let them trick y'all with this abortion? You know how I say it, so I don't get me. The abortion. If you ain't having one, it don't apply to you. They can go right now and put stars on everybody's driver's license. But if I ain't got a driver's license, it don't apply to me. You cannot make man do what God is not making them do. If God wanted everybody to be saved and stop what they doing, he could just do like that. Oh, you can't be a Christian. You believe in abortion. How did you figure that? Oh, because you voted for a Democrat. Even you believe in all your political stance with your political party? No, but that's different. No, it's not. It's not. Criminal people do criminal things. A man that's been found guilty of all these charges, who was Doe number 174. You gonna talk about abortions, but you ain't gonna talk about sex trafficking and a pedophile and a cheater and an adulterer and a fornicator. Now let's talk about the big ballroom. The big, beautiful ballroom. Well, in the book of Esther, because you know the Heritage Conservative White Christian group wrote this here, Project 2025 and Project Esther. You know, they wrote it. And they also didn't just write it here recently. Project 2025, the project and the Esther group was introduced and was given to Ronald Reagan in 1981. And then the judge that was appointed by Ronald Reagan around the same time just retired. Ain't that something? The judge that was appointed at the age of 38 years old around that time decided he wanted to retire last week. The original plan had 1,000 pages. This one has got 900. Yeah. So guess what's going to happen? When all the big, beautiful bill and everything in it now is signed, sealed, and delivered, there's going to be a massive party like it was in Esther. And all the dignitaries from around the world and all the people with power, they're coming. They're coming. Now, do you know why you had to have the big, beautiful ballroom? There's going to be a big, beautiful ball. The big, beautiful bill, balloon, bouncy house is going to pop. Shifting is going to take place. Kind of put you in the mind of Esther and what David did to Bathsheba's husband. Everything 2026 is going to be sealed. Everything I wanted, and I won't need Congress for the next 4 years. I've done what they asked me to do. And what I'm going to have and who's coming, I need a big, beautiful ballroom. And they're going to come. And they're going to bow down. And they're going to give gifts. And all these people that was about broke are going to be multimillionaires off of us. Middle class. A house divided won't stand. The rise and fall of the middle class will be the rise and the fall of America. The rise and fall of the middle class. They're mad at the African lady that said, eat all your food. There's kids that's hungry in America. They're laughing because we had it together. Problem is we were never together. They're operating the way the book of Esther did. Prime example. Van Dinkelwinkel wife is not a Christian. She's going to have to be replaced. Plain and simple. Who would qualify to replace Van Dinkelwinkel's wife? I keep telling y'all to stay out the ocean. The heavens are telling of God and his glory. What a mighty God we serve. there have been lightning bolts all in the sky. I was telling Willie that today. Every time you turn around, our sky is starting to look like the northern lights. You said that right, Donna Thomas Jackson. Let me tell y'all something. Don't wait on them stimulus checks. I won't wait on no $2,000 from him. Because now if you do get food stamps, every time you get them, you got to go online and re-register. She fits the protocol. She's got blonde hair. She just loves the Lord. She's a Christian. Another thing. Who you think gonna end up being the president? Who is Haman? Who is Haman in this group? The Project Esther is putting women back under law and not grace. So guess who is the church that everybody will become again? The Catholic Church. The church that's front and center is the Catholic Church. They're trying to take a country that has Christians and turn it into a Christian country. Y'all telling the truth. Van Dinkelwinkle. Now, let me tell you what's happened here recently. They went. Y'all ain't going to tell me I'm crazy either. They giving that stuff to Argentina because they need more scientists. And it's got something to do with space. And all of a sudden, they said they saw another planet called the Nubian planet. Now, I told Willie, I said, Willie, what you think? The Bible said in the last days that the devil was going to release some of his strongest demons. Now, demons are not angels. And then we got all this crazy stuff going up there and going on in space. So they're trying to do a lot of stuff to bring Van Dinkelwinkle back on board. Because of SpaceX. There would no longer be separation of church and state. It's going to all run together. And if you think about having an abortion, you can go to prison or be unalived. And you ain't going to be gay here. You're not going to. They call it the Nubian planet. Yep. Margalato. And the thing about it is, here we have somebody protected that have done some of the most heinous things. And using religion. So it's true, whatever man touch, man can change. Like my friend Jean said. Because we're just people in a country. Christians that happen to live in a country that's free. But now they're trying to take our country. Wrap a little stuff about Israel in it, and the Philistines, the Palestinians. And put us under law. Well, women going to have to be the property of their husbands. We won't have equal pay, DEI. You thought it was just for black people? No. Your women's rights. We don't have say-so of our bodies. We can't do it what we want. And you will not be able to pray but to the God of which they tell you to. They focusing on the womb. Y'all don't believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. It's going to be a breeding station. They're trying to lighten up America. They're going to sterilize women when you born. They did it in Africa. They sew a woman's, you know what, up until it's time for them to get married. They're going to want to take your eggs and grow the baby outside of the womb so that they can mass produce more babies faster. Argentina did it. They sent all their black men to war, unalived some and ran some off, and all the black women could do is sleep with the white people, and it got lighter and lighter. Look it up. Go ask Google how many black people live in Argentina. How many Hispanics, people of color. Let's just ask Google to tell us. Google, how many black people live in Argentina?
The 2022 census in Argentina identified about 302,936 people with some black ancestry, which is about 0.66% of the population. However, activists and genetic studies suggest the actual number of people with African descent might be higher, with some studies finding up to 9%.
I tried to tell y'all. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. And they said that's with some type of black in their blood. Black descent. Not actual black people. And that was from a census in 2022. Because they don't do censuses over that often. It's more of the Hispanics than blacks. Let's see. Google. How many Hispanics live in Argentina?
While the term Hispanic is broad, Argentina's population is mostly of European descent, about 97%, primarily from Spain and Italy. The official language is Spanish, and many Argentinians are descendants of Spanish immigrants.
European. Google. How many German people live in Argentina?
Around 3 to 3.5 million Argentines have German ancestry, which is about 8% of the population. Over 2 million are Volga German descendants, and the German embassy estimates about 660,000 are from direct German immigration.
Nazis. Nazis. That's where the Nazis went. That's where they went after the Holocaust. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, Rosalind? Rosalind, I feel good today, doggone it, Rosalind. Rosalind, I'm going to go get my shot medicine. I didn't take it yesterday, Rosalind. That's why I'm still walking. And I'm going to mail some cakes off, Rosalind. Hello, Rosalind? Rosalind, good news is Emily Ann. Rosalind, I think they're going to make us hunch for free. Because if you LGBTQ, they're going to make you marry a dingaling. A man that's like that can be put to. But they have use of our what? Womb. The book of Esther. She had something that saved her family. She had to be reminded. She didn't want to go in there because she knew the rule. I ain't been with the king in 30 days. He ain't had none of this coffee in 30 days. And Mordecai said, listen, Esther, if they kill up all these Jews, you will not escape. Because you want to. Boo. He snapped that head back into place. Esther had to remember where she come from. If I die, let me die. That's what Esther said. So America had already went to Argentina and got 16,000 Nazi people space to help out with their space, and they moved them to Huntsville, Alabama. Well, let's just find out, Sister Jeanette. Let's ask Google. We don't want to ask AI nothing. She tells lies. Google, does Huntsville, Alabama have a German descent?
Yes, Huntsville, Alabama has a notable German-American heritage. This is because, in the 1950s, German rocket scientists, including those led by Wernher von Braun, moved there. Their work helped develop the U.S. space program, and their descendants remain part of the community, evident in institutions like the Space Center and events such as Oktoberfest.
Google, what is Oktoberfest and how is it connected to German descent?
Oktoberfest began in Munich, Germany in 1810 as a celebration, and it's linked to German heritage because it showcases Bavarian culture, including traditional music, food, and clothing like lederhosen and dirndls.
Is Oktoberfest connected to like the Nazis? I didn't ask Google. I asked AI. They don't like to answer. Oktoberfest is not. You cannot ask. Now they restart my live. Now they're saying I'm having technical difficulty because I mentioned the word Nazi. I can't say that word on him. Because AI heard me say that word, it restarted my live. Huh? Somebody? Huh? So you want to know why 40 billion went over there? You want to know, was it 16,000 of them came? We won't say the word no more, but we're going to ask Google. Did 16,000 Germans come from Argentina to America to work on that space thing? Because that's how you're going to get Elon Muskies to come back. Let's just hold on, because we can't say some words on him. Alicia I is so sensitive. Google, I want to ask the question, did 16,000 Argentinas or Germans come to Huntsville to work on the Space Center? Oh, I said it wrong. Google, did 16,000 Germans come to Huntsville, Alabama to work on the Space Center?
No, around 120 to 200 German rocket scientists, not 16,000, came to Huntsville, Alabama through Operation Paperclip. This U.S. Army project, which ran from 1945 to 1959, brought these scientists, including Wernher von Braun's team, to work on missile and rocket tech.
You think Alicia just knocked Google off? Why they stopped her talking? Brought more than 16,000 German scientists and engineers. They cut her off. There it is right there. 1,600 Germans, scientists, engineers. Let me turn it around. Because remember, she was saying no. But hold on, Sis Jeanette, hold on. She said no, didn't she? Where did it go? What happened? Hold on, let me go find it. Let me see. The project brought over 16,000 German scientists, engineers, technicians to the USA. World War II to work on the U.S. military space program, Huntsville. So Huntsville, they were separated, but Huntsville got anywhere from 120 to 130 rocket scientists. Don't it make sense now? Don't it make sense now? With something going on in space, I don't know how many people I got they started my live over. I hope I didn't lose all y'all. Something going on in space. You can be sitting at home and lightning flashing all across the sky. You can't fly over the Grand Canyon on one side. Something they holding. I hope they ain't holding no aliens that people trying to come get. Cause if I see an alien or something, or if I see something looking crazy, I'm gonna be like, I don't got nothing to do. You want some water? Cause I don't got nothing to do with it. I'm drop the name who did this. And I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna say it was the rump shaker, the Van Dinkelwinkle, the Muscadine, the Peter Tiller-Tattle, over there on Thick Fat. I'm gonna tell them. Because you're not going to eat my toes. Honey! Y'all ain't going to eat my toes up. I'm going to be like, don't tempt my tummy with the taste of nuts. Honey, I don't got nothing to do with it. Come sit down. What y'all eat? I cook. What you want to cook? I feel like I'm about to speak their language. His name is Matt Quest. Go. Washington, D.C. I'm gonna learn it. I'm not gonna get ate up for what he did. They're gonna say, I'm gonna say, and they're gonna be like, that means shut up, shut up. Then they're gonna say, you wanna go back with us? You gonna leave Eddie? Y'all up there, we not blue up there. What color you? We look like you. We kings and queens and goddesses and God. Tracy, don't go. I be going around the house. Jeanette y'all obviously said she coming on live. She didn't go. 1600 for a minute is age, and you were saying we have never been to the moon, the space program. Goddamn, we ain't never been to the moon. Y'all know what's name went to the moon and she never left the earth. Gail, Oprah friend, she went to the moon. Baby, when that spaceship land on top of my house like this, I'm going to be like this. Can I take my phone? It's going to come get me. Beam me up, Scotty. I'm going to be like, they're going to say, I said, Baby, I'm not finna take no fall for America. Now, I'm going to get on out of here. I'm giving me a new living room up there. My house gonna be flying. I'm gonna have to walk no more. No, I'll be gravity. I just be flying in one room to the next, Jimmy. Oh, I forgot the sugar. I'm not gonna be ready. Baby, laughter good for the soul. Because if you realize that they finna put us under law and not under grace. And this is how we will have some grace. But we will have to all go back to the original foundation, which is the womb. And the Heritage Group believes that Mary is your foundation. She had Jesus. And her womb was blessed. So in order to destroy the black population, the people of color, they're going to turn you all into breeders, white people. You think Handmaid's Tale is bad. You ain't seen it. I told y'all in 2022 and 2023 to go watch Handmaid's Tale. Baby, they finna work y'all wombs. They don't really want to work ours, but they finna work y'all wombs. Your next generation, your grandkids, so they say, except the Lord change it and stop it. They have their plans. Now, God has plans toward us, but they also have their plans. And it's for a woman to stay home. They say it's been proven. If we stay home, that our husbands do like the Bible said, sweat by their brow. And we make babies with this potato salad. Our children won't get in trouble. Can I come to your house so you can pray for this young man at Hobby Lobby? What's going on in Hobby Lobby? Bring somebody over here. Pray for, I don't bring people to my house. I can come to Hobby Lobby. What's going on? See, Argentina is a very dirty place, so to speak. They don't really care for us. Their money is almost nothing. But they have something that we need. And they have technology and science. And we're trying to go to the next realm. The number 2 thing is you can't keep Bill Gates out of Africa. Because Africans started the algorithm. We are the algorithm. We also are science. You don't have protons and neutrons without the black tons. She wants to come on your live, not to your... I don't know what's going on with the young man. I can't just let nobody up and mess my page up. What's going on? We created algebra, mathematics. They need us for the next realm of technology because they want, and they have always used our melanin in their computer chips. Biodegradable things. Well, what they're getting from the Argentinos is how did they lighten to where they have almost no blacks or people of color. And the Argentinos told them how. What you say, Carol? Carol. Oh. That's my new language. That's my language from the alien. Translate. Oh, get that big fat orange tomato. Okay, Sheila, you can come on up, Sheila Well. Just send a request. Hey, DJ, pick up the phone. I'm on the request line. So basically, that's why they're giving Argentina stuff. Number 2, Argentina is selling their beef to China. You heard that right. Our dollar has dropped some more. Honey, our dollar don't mean nothing if you go to Canada or London and England. Our money doesn't value. It has dropped again. A dollar is more like 50 cents. Argentina doesn't have no value. Now, wouldn't it be great for them to all leave, take over Argentina, and live over there in the predominantly white sector until we get our stuff together? But they were mixed babies, but they kept on breeding lighter. So let me prime example. When the lighter women had to have sex with the white men, the baby came out whiter. And then it went white again. It went lighter. And then it went lighter. And so if you pull up what Argentina looked like, now remember, we was over there because remember the Moors ruled Spain for 700 years. Like I said, they ran our butts out of there. Like I said, there's no place black has not been. So I'll show you what the average Argentina looks like. Spanish descent counter, but not. German, but not European. Google, can you show me a picture of what Argentina people look like? She will breed with a lighter foundation, and they get lighter. You don't find, and you go look up Argentinian people, as you can see, you're not going to find no black people in here. I don't know what I did. Oh. That's what they look like. Look at that nose on him. He look like he could be one of my daddy cousins. Look, he is a light-skinned black person. Look at this man nose. It's cold here too. He look like my daddy brother with a dimple. Look, we look like we can't. That's my dad. Papa. Hold on, Papa. Look at me and Papa. Papa. No, Papa. Look at me and Papa. Look at our noses. His is bigger than mine. Shall we continue? You ain't gonna find us in none of their stuff. The first girl was the only piece of color that you found on Argentina's site. This was the only black you was gonna find. And this is the darkest black you're gonna find in Argentina. Deacon Calvin cousin. That's it. Look at their noses. You can't get away from it. People that's got black in them, you got a different type of nose than a white person. Look at her nose. Follow the nose. It always shows. Look at her nose. Child, it's like my nose. Look at that. That's my Carl's and Sarah Lynn. Look at our noses, me and Sarah. See? This is Sarah. Hey, Rosalind, maybe we can recruit Sarah, my cousin. Rosalind. Now let's see what the black people look like in Argentina. Hey, Google, can you show me a picture of what the black people look like in Argentina? I cannot show you pictures directly, but I can provide information on the appearance. I kid you not. And the presence of people of African descent. Nope, I kid you not. It says I cannot show you pictures directly, but I can prove information on what? The appearance and presence of people of African descent in Argentina. We ain't even got no picture. Spaceship. We ain't even got no picture. Dang. I just wanted one picture. Google, can you show me one picture of a black person in Argentina? It sent me to YouTube. Oh, Lord. We done went down the rabbit hole. We gonna go deeper in it too. Lord mercy me. Being black in Argentina. Y'all go to YouTube and look being black in Argentina. No pictures. We all ought to move to Argentina to make them mad. Cause see, a black man can go over there and he can have all the coochie he wants over there. What in the world? You got one black man telling a little video why it looked like he married to a white woman, being black in Argentina. I don't know. He looked like don't nobody want to date him. Go to Argentina, that's where you gonna. So yeah, no. Von Morrow. What you say, Von? But it's the truth. I just Googled it. And if you want to know that it's German descent, it is. European descent, it is. And the fact of the matter is, the real truth of the matter is that we once had it. But they made sure that when they went to war and during World War II, they made sure that they erased our presence to the best of their ability. Now, that don't mean it's a bad place to visit. It doesn't. It could be a very nice place, but I believe you'll be stared at a lot. But there are black people that live there. They're just specks. They're here and they're there. All right? Praise the Lord. Thank you, Miss Von Morrow. So I just want y'all to understand, listen, we're going to have us a good time if we're going to learn. We're going to learn together. I told you today is Wind Down Wednesday. We was going to tell stories. Yesterday, I was tired. My body was tired. I have a match on Friday. It's going to be a big tournament for me over there on TikTok. Let me talk to y'all about the reason why I had to change over and be on TikTok. One is because they took all our commercials on our lives away. So when I sit on him for 2 hours, I don't get paid. If y'all don't give me stars, I don't get anything. When it's over, the little commercials that they run barely pay us pennies on the dollar. You don't wait till your well run dry. You go dig another well. So between YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, I had to go dig another well. I don't know why I didn't go to TikTok sooner, because I thought everything would have to take a minute. But all things work together. God got me over there during the time that I was shut down over here. And I got favor and I learned over there. I got Willie over there with me. I got Kelby over there with me. And I battle. I got new people that y'all have not met that don't come over here, Jeanette, that help me battle. Because I know all y'all can't do that. It's different. The way you get paid and the way they do things. Y'all got any questions, I'm going to answer them for you. I literally went from a person that made tons and tons of money on here from commercials. People got supporter badges over here. Now y'all won't get them. If I don't have supporter badges over here, I don't have any money. The little green badges, that's $4.99, which is $60 a year. I won't have no money. Could I put in for disability? With my condition, I could. But then again, what would I get under the guidelines of what's taking place? Hey, honey bun, what you doing over here? Honey bun, I shows out over him. Honey bun, you don't need to come over here. I shows my naked behind. Get this out the TikTok shop. Go to my showcase and look for this shirt. Cookies. It's on there. You can get it in different colors. We went from being the #1 app that paid the most money. Too many people became millionaires over here. Same way with TikTok. It has changed so much. And of course, the owners of this are connected directly. And so therefore, the DEI, it gave us a deductible decrease in pay. So I didn't know you were not getting, no, we don't. Don't listen to none of these content creators over here. They trying to turn all your videos into reels. Hey, Latonga Brooks, you can get with this, you can get with that. You can get with this because this is where it's at. So now when they do the reels, we barely make money on the reels. They took in-stream commercials away. They took them away. It used to be a time you come on, you saw a commercial break. Before you came on, something to deal with a car. Commercials paid us. Yes, and TikTok was even better before they actually gave it to America. Now, we're going to have a big change come March. I don't know what it's going to be. God promised to take care of me and to supply all my needs. But over here, if you notice, more and more content creators are going live less, and they're putting up videos and reels to try to wait for that monthly paycheck. I can prove it to you. I can be very transparent. I can prove it to you. So I go to TikTok because TikTok and the people over there, they help me out in such a way. And I do battle over there. But if I stay over here with nothing else, and I don't care how good my insights is, they keep saying they go down. So I want to show it to y'all. I'm going to turn y'all around. You know, I don't care. You see stars? You see in-stream live ads? It's going to come up red. Hold on. Content, go content monetization to explore. In-stream ads is no longer active. Okay, I'm not done. Let me go back out. There you go, my earnings. I ain't got nothing to hide. Do you see my earnings? I don't have nothing to hide. In how many days? In 28 days. That's what I got. All right, that's what I got. That is what I got. All right. So I can't survive. Are you going to wait 30 days to get $136 check? No. You want to see what else is not active? Okay. I have no brand deals. None. I have no partnership ads, no affiliated ads, none of that. Subscriptions. This is the only thing that'll keep me, and I'm -1. As you can see. The next thing is stars. This is what I got in stars. $146. I guess you say, so you made something. Well, let's just do the total all together, okay? Between that and that, that's what I look at. That's what the big number will be dropped into my account. That's it. And that's all. Everything is considered a reel. Reels must be a minimum of 10 seconds to be eligible. My reels are longer than 10 seconds. I can't even go strip and rent a car for this. So I can't thank the fact that God shifted me and put favor. And the people on here, they're lying. I got 23 cents. I've been on here almost 2 hours. Nobody gave me stars. Half of the people don't have supporter badges. Well, how are you still gifting? Out of my own pocket. 13 people got money. Y'all helped me with 10. I did the other out of my pocket. That's why I be baking and blessing. Because people, they bless me. Y'all know I'm having a hot flash. It's not hot. I'm going through the change. And that's another thing. I'm so glad I didn't take the hormones. I was watching the news where people are saying the hormone medicine, the HT something, HCM something is causing cancer, showing up, people having ovarian, all that. I'm just riding it. I just feel like you just take a couple of showers and you'll be all right. Hit that water so don't nothing come up from under the covers. And it smell like a... So let me look at my comments because they stopped them, which I knew they probably would. Hold on one second. Let me get to my comments because I know y'all saying something. Let me go to my page real quick. So that's what I'm dealing with. My page grow. I got 215K. Here's the problem. I come over here because I love y'all. I don't come over here because they took everything from us. And that's not no money. So if I don't get you all to make up y'all mind that y'all want to help me, I don't get nothing. And I'm all right with it because I love y'all. My love ain't going to change. Thank you, Mama Elaine Brown. Thank you so much. It ain't going to change. It ain't going to change. Somebody gave me some good stuff. I didn't take anything yet. No, I ain't taking no hormones. Times are hard for folks just to survive. Sending stars and supporter badges are going to be low in these times. Michelle Christian, let me explain something to you, sweetheart. I want you to hear me good. Times ain't that hard. Because I don't ask nobody for nothing. And we not talking about you. We talking about the commercials. You don't have nothing to do with the commercials. But if I give away cakes, some of y'all don't think it's too hard for no cakes. To go to the store and get your stuff and make cakes. That's why I tell you, some of y'all won't do nothing for nobody. You'll tell me times are hard, but I'm here to tell you right now, times ain't that hard. You do what you want to. You do what the Bible say, you more lovers of pleasure than of God. You'll say time's hard right now and you'll go on a vacation. Times are hard to get up every day to come and do history. Then go and cook on YouTube and TikTok. It ain't like I'm sitting here and I don't have to do something to put my fingers to the bones. People don't show you stuff and be honest with you. You wasn't doing that anyway. You don't even have a supporter badge. You should have let somebody with a supporter badge say that. You should have let somebody that's got a star by their name say that. And I could accept that. Or somebody to say, Tracy, I had to drop my supporter badge. You know, I'm down to one income. You know, like Mama Joyce, her husband passed away. I get it. But just being a random, no. Hey, Daniel. And it really don't got nothing to do with her. Because the supporter badge is $4.99. I can survive off of your $4.99. That's $60 a year. It was the commercials that they deliberately took because of DEI. Because too many people were getting wealthy on here. I didn't waste my money now. I ain't say I was broke. Baby, I'm not broke. And I'm not going to put that in my mouth. I'm just letting y'all know why people are leaving and going to YouTube and shifting. It ain't got nothing to do with you all. It's got something to do with what's going on behind the scenes. And so I went somewhere else where they are paying, where I can sell and make a percentage off of the things that I buy, because I'm in a creators rewards program where I cook and people gift you just like how they just gifted me. No, it's never been a priority, baby. And it ain't even a priority for you to watch me. You putting yourself in it. We're talking about the commercials. But it's obvious you probably just over here anyway wanting to be messy. You don't have to do nothing. You don't do nothing for nobody. Your name is clear. Like I said, you let other people talk. You don't got the right to talk. You ain't doing nothing. Just like when I tell y'all, it ain't my duty to get all you fly-by-nighters that come on here. If I only want to give my people with supporter badges, that's what I'll do. But you talking like you done something for somebody. Let Jeanette, let Linda collaborate. Let somebody on my page speak it that understand it. You a fly-by-nighter. You got messy grace. You just want to pick at people. You can't pick over him because I'm still blessed. And I ain't stressing. You got to get your priorities together. You use the wrong word. It ain't nobody else's priority. No, priorities fall on you. You used the wrong word anyway. Because you didn't know how to word it. Because you don't know what you're talking about. Get your priorities. Get your house in order. Get your stuff together. Don't worry about the snake in the grass. Worry about your own thinking. Why do you think I said I moved and I shifted? Period. But she's sitting over here with her thick throat getting all this information every day. But she can't have one of these candies. She can't have one of these candies. Ruth, I thought you retired. I have to look down and read the comments. That's right. Girl, bye. Hit that X button and go on. Anybody got time for your stupid stuff? Mama Joyce lost her husband a year ago. She got a supporter badge. And if she took it away, she's still my Mama Joyce. She ain't going nowhere. She can't have one of these. This comes from, this is what we eat over there in, it's black and white. We are mixed. We are one. That's white and black. And I'm going to eat it off the floor. We are one. In the planet, we are one. But I bet you somebody told her that about her food stamps and when I was giving stuff away. Honey, she didn't have no problem with it. Now let them cut them stamps, them yamps off. Listen, Miss Sylvia Hazelwood, y'all don't start that. Y'all know I don't like stuff like that. Don't start telling me about your finances. That ain't nobody's business on here. Y'all are still blessed. I ain't asked you for nothing. Have I ever asked you for anything? I ain't never asked you for nothing. Not even your sorry hand in marriage. All my life. Get the whip out. All my life I had to fight. I broke eggs and I had to fight. A girl child ain't safe in a house full of men, and it ain't my responsibility for you to get them yamps. You want to talk about somebody's priority. You don't even know what you're saying. That's why it's so hard to feel sorry for your yampers. We done sit around and gave you yumpers money, and now you want to try to say, why I hang up? What is wrong with you? You don't know what priority, how to use it. No, I'm not your priority. You're your own priority. You big dummy. We talking about why I left EBTer and went somewhere else. That's why. I told you I went somewhere else for the purpose that that company is paying us. And I asked her to do nothing. She about crazy. She gone. If thanks, she gonna be quiet. Class, nobody talk to her. Take your lunch break. Go pee-pee. We're drinking water and minding our business. Have you had your water today? This commercial is brought to you by Put on the Whole Armor of God, so you can withstand the wiles of the devil. Body armor. Put on the whole armor of God. So where do we go from here, y'all? But see, I hate when a black person, excuse me, y'all, that don't do nothing, try to come and try to shadow you because of jealousy. They ain't gave you nothing. They ain't done nothing for you, and they ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. They ain't. There are people right now that you can help. They'll never help nobody else. They'll never pass it on. We used to do Monday. But you want to yap your mouth and make your comment because you really was mad. You really wanted me to tell you how much I used to bust. But if I tell you what I used to bust, all you got to do is go look at the remodel in my house. I paid cash for it, baby. I don't mean to brag, and I don't mean to boast, but I ain't broke. And what I like too about TikTok, we get paid on Wednesday. Bills are due. Got to go spend $300 and something for a shot. God's making a way. I got to go over there today. I got to cook and work. They appreciate it. Instead of dropping stars, they drop real money. They drop gifts. It's fun over there. People are not as nasty and condescending. You don't have to have a whole lot of people in your room. You don't have to be a star to be in nobody's show. You can go battle famous people. They over there. They battling. You can't talk about me. You got famous people battling. Reality stars. Movie stars that ain't got no job right now. Ray J, stay over there. But instead, she thought she was going to get something started, but it couldn't work on him. She can't. That's why I know I got real love over him. People like that think they're going to throw something like that. Well, we see it, but it ain't our fault. And it ain't our fault, too, when we was when you weren't going to get them yams. It wasn't our fault. But we had empathy. That's a prime example of a person that don't have empathy for nobody else. But she wanted you to have it for her. You can look at her picture on her profile. She's a yamper. But then we was all crying when it was shut down and Lahit couldn't help with no light bills and the food banks were shutting down. But soon as I show my honesty of what's going on and why I'm not leaving Facebook, but why I have to go and spend my time over there in YouTube. My manager of YouTube got on to me yesterday. I got another call on Thursday. I've been slacking. So I had to make a video showing a little buttery icing yesterday. Frosty Santana be on there. He's a millionaire. It's a lot of them on there. It's a lot of them on there. But you know what? I probably should have showed this in a private group. Because you can't let everybody see stuff. Because she'll go around telling people that's all she got. No. That's just what happened over here. Ain't nothing I can do about it. It's a lot of them. The difference is that wherever I go, God give me favor. Wherever I go, God favors me. He blesses me. So, that's all how you look at it. And I got a husband that works. And my home is paid for. And the economy is down. And groceries are up. But I don't never look at y'all when y'all ask for something or want something. I ask you to buy what I bake. I ask you to support me and buy the squares so that I could set aside. So let me ask you a question since she said that to me. That made me feel some type of way. Because I was finna sit here and start raising money for Christmas. But why would I? She just told me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for me. I wasn't a part of nobody's priority. So then why would I go raise money? Cancel Christmas. Christmas over here cancel. We ain't raising no money next month. It's not a part of my priority. She just helped it. She just opened my eyes. I can see. Hey, Captain Mosley. I ain't got to raise no money. I need y'all to place some orders for lemon squares. Can y'all please buy my square? What is going on? Well, Willie, I showed the lady how they took the commercials from us. I showed them the big whopping $200 and something I'll be waiting on come the 23rd of this month. The girl said, oh, well, you're not a part of our priority. The economy is down. Well, then you don't need to be a part of my priority. And so I'm not going to raise no money for Christmas. Christmas is canceled over here. Child, the weight loss drugs is supposed to go down. We all going to be skinny. No giveaway for Christmas, honey. Christmas canceled over here. Give myself a break since I'm not a part of your priority. I know use in making you a part of my priority. Yeah, she said it. You got to scroll up and read it. And I'm like, girl, I'm up here telling you that's why I went to TikTok. I ain't asked you for nothing. And I could sit here right now and ask every one of y'all to donate me $20. And I get it. I get it. And keep it. But instead, we done fed everybody for Thanksgiving. And all I'm telling you is I'm going to go to TikTok. I'm not leaving him, but I got to go over there and do some stuff. I'm putting my tree up. Yes, she did, Penny. She said, you ain't a part of our priority. The economy is down. I didn't even ask for nothing. Y'all, did I ask for anything? I was explaining how I got to TikTok, why I'm at TikTok, and the TikTok page. I don't care who raised money on that page. I'm the cookie monster. I'm not raising no money. Not a part of my priority. Better use them yamps wisely. If you know what I know and what I read, you may not qualify for them no more. You got to give a decree. You got to show evidence of you working at everything every month. You better get ready. I'm going to work on it, Keisha. Baby. On TikTok, God been sending me people I ain't never met before. And Jean can tell you, I even set Jean down for a minute. I said, Jean, I might let you help me Friday. I'm going to let you chill if you want to. But I was just trying to share God honest truth, what was going on. And now come a black lady in a summer outfit with crochet hair. Start messing with me. I wasn't even bothering her. I didn't even do nothing to her. I was speaking in my alien voice. Rosalind. Good morning, Tiffany. I don't get snaps either. So as y'all can see, there's stories in history where they did breed white women with slaves. And there's stories where people are fed up and they ain't got nothing else to lose. That black lady lost her whole family. And she unlived 17 people at a dinner table in Savannah. In Mississippi. Her name is Celia Washington. Look her up. She said, I have nothing else to lose. Tiffany, go to my bio if you want one of these. Go to my showcase and you can find it. I'm going to do my video on these today. And then there was a man that owned a plantation in Louisiana. And Louisiana was known for breeding slaves. He breed his own 3 white daughters. He made them take their slave wing, and to the point that one of them died. One of them became a manic depressant. All for the love of money. This is about money, people. And then we have the Esther book. That's going to put us under law instead of under grace. That is going to show us as a people that we become property of our husbands. We got to dress the way they tell us we can. Cut our hair the way they say we can. There will not be no equal opportunity employment. So therefore, a woman can make a whole lot less than a man. The goal is for a woman to be subject to a man. And to also make sure she's present in the house. They feel like a woman's place is at home and to cater to her husband. They said in the book of Esther, you are what you were born as. And if you were born a boy, you're a boy. If you born a girl, you better hope your mama named you Jerry so you don't have to change your name and it'll still be Jerry. They said if you see yourself other than what you were born, you have a mental problem. They said a man that chooses to want to act and be that way can be put to forever sleep. And a woman will not be put to sleep because they can use a woman's, my neck look funny under there. Oh, that's because the fat roll done left. It's leaving. They can use your womb is what's gonna save you. That good womb. The same thing that saved Esther people. That's why they chose the book of Esther, to put a woman in her place and let the king rule. Out of all the books, the authority of a man in the book of Esther, calling for all the virgins of the world to come and replace his disobedient wife. There's going to be a clause that you can put your wife away. Leave them. And they can't get none of your stuff. Don't that sound just like Charlie the Blowfish and Van Winkle can get rid of his without giving her nothing? We are turning into a Christian country. You used to say this was a country that had Christians, but now it's not. It's just like Dubai is a Muslim country. America will be a Christian country. And just like you got Bibles in every hotel, about the Mormons, the Guild Bibles, there will be a Bible in every school system. And if your belief is different, you will be allowed to be homeschooled, re-educated. If you stay in the public school system, you will be re-educated and forced to believe the religion of the country. My God from Zion, I better get off of him. Thank you, Millicent. I love you. Millicent, did you ever get what I sent you? I think you did. So that's all I want to tell y'all today. And I want to thank y'all. I want to thank you for the stars. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Thank you to all my supporters and my watchers over here. I appreciate it. Thank you for all my shares and my sprinklers, my tapper, snapper, whipper, snappers. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to get off of here. I'm finna bounce, like Saucy Santana said. And I'm finna go over here to TikTok in a little bit. I got to run an errand. I got to go to a furniture store. Let me also tell you what God has been doing for me. There have been several people reaching out to me to make certain dishes for them for the holidays. So I'm finna head over to the furniture store where I bought my stuff. She wants some desserts. One of them want me to do squash casserole, macaroni and cheese, and turnip greens. The other one wants me to do cakes, and I don't know what else. Some more sides. They're gonna have their Thanksgiving dinner the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So that'll be right before I leave for the mountains. And that'll be a blessing. Just to be able to take them some side dishes and go on by my business. So all minds clear? Listen, thank y'all for putting up with me. What I say to one, I say to all, honey, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Anybody other than you is your neighbor. And if you don't want to be treated in any kind of way, don't treat people in any kind of way. What I say to one, I say to all, love covers a multitude of faults. It does. And what I say to one, I say to all, I love y'all. Yes, I do. I'm the cook, the Bible study, and the motivational speaker. And you can't do nothing about it because you my friends. No, I'm not. Yes, you is. You are. That's my new language. All right. I love y'all. I'm going to bounce on out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, Mama Hines, Helen Hines. I love all my mothers. Monica R, y'all know I do. Lady J, y'all know I love y'all. Jeanette, I love you so much. Yes, I do. And Jeanette, I need some pepper juice and some cha-cha. And I need a jar of them green and red peppers that I can put in my greens with that pepper juice. Then I need the pepper juice that I shake. And then I need cha-cha. Can I get that before Thanksgiving? I know it's a way I can send you some money fast. You just got to call me. Hey, Bobby Star. I need it, Jeanette. God knows I need to send you something. I know you got to have Zelle. You got to have something connected that I can transfer money from one bank to another. Hey, baby D, is that you? For real? Cardi, you my baby D. Hey, baby D. I didn't know that. I love y'all. I'm gonna roll out of here because I done spent time and I don't know what time it is. I got to go because I plan on being on TikTok around 3 or 4 o'clock so I can go run me some errands real quick. Okay, Jeanette, we got to find a way for me to pay you. Please, please, please. Love you, baby too. I didn't know that was you. I'll see y'all later. I done showed out today. See y'all later. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's when the aliens come. They know I already learned an alien language. So this is I see you later, honeybees, in my alien voice. Rosalind, this is Emily. The aliens are coming and elders don't know how to speak the language.